It's day 9 of the month of Ramadan, wherever you're watching. فَوَأَيِّ عَلَىٰ إِرَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Which of the favors of Allah Azza wa Jal will you deny? Definitely none. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us the opportunity to witness yet another beautiful morning. We thank Allah for His mercies. This is your program, Barakah Sahur, coming live to you on News Central TV. My name is Jubril. Follow me. I love this segment so much. It's called Tea at Sahur with our mashallah sisters talking about Balqees and Mariams Square, mashallah.
We should learn to live together in harmony and peace. And of course, tolerate one another, accept, love. These are the core principles of the reasons, as a matter of fact, why I believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has permitted.
It can still work.
in Islam.
It can still work. You're talking about the instance of not having to, having to live in the same house, different rooms.
Yes,
Okay,
all the same
but-
premises, different apartments.
Now, okay, the same apartments.
The same
Sorry,
premises.
the
Assalamu
same
alaikum
premises,
warahmatullah.
different apartments.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Tea at Sahur. The house is a little bit heated, and I think it's because of the topic. It's not, I don't think it is because of the topic we're discussing today. We're discussing polygyny. In other words, polygamy. Now, we've been talking about how best to cohabit with your co-wife and not be at loggerheads half the time through your lifetime.
Well, how best to cohabit? That is if they agree to cohabit in the first place. Because I know wives that would tell their husband, see, I am not saying that you should not have another wife, but please, do not let me perceive her. I don't even want to perceive her still. Not to talk of seeing her in my house or, having to stay with her. No, no way.
What are you going to do?
And sometimes this thing about polygyny has a lot to do with the husband, because he's the unifying factor
Yes.
in this. If he doesn't try to bring his wives together, there's not going to be a peaceful home for him.
How can he bring them together?
He doesn't talk about this person's weakness with the other one. That way, this one
Men
doesn't
make
see.
that mistake a lot.
Yes,
A lot of them make
that
that
way,
mistake.
this one doesn't see that she's more superior than the other.
A lot of them make that mistake.
And then begins to feel like
As a matter of
I'm the
fact,
boss.
do you
It
know
doesn't
what they
matter. It doesn't matter if she's the first or she's the second, she's the third or she's the fourth. It just happens that in a way the husbands, the husband, I want to believe he's the unifying factor between his wives.
So whether there's
wants
peace or not is in his hands.
there are men
To a large
that
extent,
will
to a large
refuse for their wives to be
Friends.
to be friends, because
yes.
he doesn't want them to come together against him.
Why would they come together
It
against
happens.
Exactly.
It happens. There are places where you see the wives are friends and minini, and then the husband is like, wow, these women, they have come together.
I
And
know
he's against me.
men that do that
They do.
intentionally. They intentionally break that
Exactly.
bond. Yes. They
I
prefer
have-
you not exactly to be quarreling, not to be at loggerheads at all times, but to at least have that.
I have
there
an
should be that
uncle,
thing that
and the way
you're not like going in
Social
and out
distance.
together. You don't.
This is the way he unified his house. He has boys and then he has girls.
Wow.
And then his wives, both of them, one has a separate side in the house and other, there's a room, there's a parlor, 2 rooms and what. Then all the girls were moved to this side of the house.
Okay.
All the boys were moved to the other
So one wife
side.
raised
Yes, I
her
know
kids and
some
the
Yes.
other's
mothers
wife's kids.
Yes, one wife
Yes.
has all the boys in the house, one wife
course,
has
that's-
all the girls in the house.
Wait,
Wow.
And then
Who are you
you
talking
know,
about? I hope it is not my sister you're talking about, because that's the
now
practice
you
over
know,
there.
you know that whatever happens to your child here, if you are not careful, it will happen to you. If you are being wicked
You
here,
don't even have to. Why did
yes,
you even want to be
it
wicked in
will-
the first place?
there are women that are like that.
Yes,
there are
I know,
women
that's
that
true.
tend to
That's true.
not want to see their co-wives' children happy.
That's true. That's true.
So that man alone, if he's a very good man, his house
Yes.
would be at at peace, just the way he wants it.
Yes.
The home is just the way a husband wants it to
Well,
be. If he has two wives,
What I
don't
do-
tell one wife the weakness of the
What
other,
I
or
used
tell
to do before now, before my husband passed, was because I encouraged him actually. At some point, I felt that would be a solution to one of our major challenge. So what I used to do was to pray that, oh Allah, just by the time, because I knew it was inevitable.
by the time she
I
comes,
said, by the time my husband is ready to take another wife,
hero.
please give us, give me rather, a sister, like a blood sister. Give me a friend, a confidant. By Allah, those were my prayers. Wallahi, those were my prayers. Because I knew my case was not just a case of, oh God, I don't want this. So pray for what you want.
I believe
What you don't
with
want,
men.
tell God you don't want it. He can do he can do anything, even beyond, even things he had made permissible.
Exactly.
It's because you want to pray about it. But I did it. I knew that it's just normal for me. Fine, not just because I'm from a polygamous home, but also we were raised with all of these teachings. We know that it's halal. It's permissible. So why
Yes.
would I go ahead and say no?
I believe
With that
it's
kind of mindset, I knew that all I needed was another person that would have my kind of mindset, and we are good.
What's the probability that
That you
you
will
would have
have-
married somebody who had the same mindset as you did?
Because I am praying to Allah to make it easier.
Oh.
If that did not come true,
That's-
I would know that is my trial. I would know it is a test from Allah. Allah has used my co-wife or my sister
As a test
in marriage as a
to you.
test for me. And then that would then make me go on to, now when I'm dealing with a trial, how do I do this? Be patient, be prayerful, communicate, talk about your differences.
I have
and then-
accepted I
That's
have
true.
accepted this polygyny thing, that it may happen, it may not happen, but when it does, I hope that Allah gives me the patience to take it.
I think we should not
And
just hope on
I
it, we should
feel
pray about
yes,
it. It
yes.
is very important.
I feel I am kind of I have a mental preparation for that kind of thing, but
Well, that
then
does not mean that
I
when
am
it happens,
not.
it will
I
not
am
still
not.
shock you.
Yes, exactly. But I'm not going to suggest it
Yeah.
or say get married or get
But
married.
I did
to so
suggest
person.
it, but that
I
was because
can't
I had a
suggest
good
it.
reason
But
to.
that is it. Oh,
I believe I have a good reason.
you
to.
try you.
No, really, because I just could not find any other solution to our problem. So then I wasn't always available, and then he had to do most of the things himself. You understand? So, and there was no room for having a house.
What exactly kept you unavailable?
Because I was unavailable. It was by mutual understanding.
Okay.
My unavailability was by mutual understanding. But then the point there was that I was not always home.
And he
then
needed you to be home.
How would I
Naturally.
not feel guilty in my pursuit of whatever
Yes,
it is I
okay.
want to settle?
He understood the fact that you were not always home.
Of course.
But you felt guilty. That was
Yes.
why you were suggesting it. If it was him that felt like this woman is not, he would have long.
Of course. I wouldn't be the
Yes.
one begging and saying that I think
Yes.
this would
Yes.
really work.
But he
But
understood and
ultimately, I think, women, where I'm going to is that we should just try as much as we can to prepare ourselves. It is important, whether it should happen, whether it should not happen. You can even
So long as
prepare
it's,
to Allah that it should not
so long
happen.
as it's halal.
Yes, we should just prepare. Otherwise, it will still meet us as shock. Even as prepared
sometimes
as we are mentally.
if you're praying against it,
It happens to you.
no, not that it doesn't happen, then God would test you with something
Thank
that
you, my sister. Now let us put ourselves in the shoe of
People who lose their own husband.
with something that is
Exactly.
worse than having a
Exactly.
co-wife.
I think all of this
So
things
this-
is all about being God.
There's a lot
Because
of
it's
things
painful
to it.
sometimes. I have seen situations
And then
where
when it
sisters
happens,
would be like,
and then-
God forbid, and they will stand right and firm. No, you cannot do this. And then they lose this husband. And then they are the ones now in search of a husband. How many single guys want to get married to you?
To a divorce.
How many?
Or to a
To a
widow.
widow? To a divorcee? How many? So then you find yourself in a point where you now find a man that actually really likes you, accepts your kids, accepts your flaws, accepts you as old as you are.
But
and
he
then your
want to
wife
go and
is
fight.
not saying, no, I don't want. So we just have to
Put
be
yourself
really-
in the other
no,
person's shoes.
Yes.
Put yourself in the other
It
person's
is not
shoes.
easy. By a lot, it is not easy. I have heard scholars of Islam say that this polygyny affair, or for a woman, this is a trial.
It is.
You just have to be patient to pray, because it is not easy. It is only Allah that can make it
And
easy. in
and
your
and
mind.
sometimes
make
there are
you
men
submissive.
there are
And
men
that's-
that
because
do
it's Allah's decree after all.
that do this thing about getting married without their wife,
Oh,
their first wife knowing.
I know that. Oh God.
They do it because some of them don't want to hurt you, or they don't know what to expect
And some don't
from
have
you.
the balls, my sister. Some don't have the balls to say, oh,
That's
you know
that's
what?
because they don't know what to expect from how you're going to react, what you're going to do. It's all is well, I don't know.
For a
So
woman.
we as women
what?
have to be
For a woman, yeah.
have to learn to be patient
Yes.
when all these things happen, when they are about to happen.
Because it can be traumatic.
Yes.
It can be traumatic.
I've had friends
Very,
whose
very
husbands were on the
traumatic.
verge of marrying other wives, and then they'll come to me to say, B, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He did
Yes.
this today. He called her over the night. They spoke all through the night.
Hey,
And
girl.
I
now-
kept hearing,
now
I
that's-
kept hearing him call her baby. I heard this. I heard that.
You
and
need
he
to
stopped calling me
respect.
this.
And I'm very
the
sure
least
this,
I
that
could
is
offer.
that is where the disrespect starts.
Comes
Oh.
in. And the least I could offer
That is
to
where
such
it
women
starts.
was, I can't advise you because I haven't been in your shoes.
Like
But
if
I
you
will
want
only
to,
ask that you be patient with him.
Yes.
If it's gonna be, it's gonna be. If it's not gonna be, it will pass.
talk to him
Be
about
you
it.
want to
Yes,
do you want
also.
to do something like that, you have to respect your wife. Like tell that other woman, if I'm at home, we don't make calls. If I don't call
me,
you,
I do not agree to that one.
Why?
Well, so if they finally get married, so you still cannot pick
Marriage
a call
is
because you
different.
don't want to hurt the feelings of the other
it
woman.
is different.
It is the
You are
same thing.
married. No, it is
Let
not.
her start getting used
What
to
if she
it.
doesn't
What's
know?
all
What
that?
if is through those calls she gets to know?
Let her know. She has to know anyway.
That's where the disrespect starts, and we are
No.
trying to cop
That
that.
is not disrespect, Mama.
No,
It
you
is
can't.
not.
You
I
can't.
think I get
you
Mariam's
can't call.
point. If he
you can't
calls-
call your girlfriend while I'm your
The man
wife,
has to be wise
and I'm
about
sitting
it.
down, just like
girlfriend,
Balqees
though.
has said.
Yes.
No, what if it starts from somewhere, and then you
Actually,
call her and
the
you're
man
like,
just has to be wise
baby,
about
I
it."
love you, and what, and I am
Yes,
hearing.
actually,
I'll break
yes.
that phone. I'll break it straight up.
Hey.
I'll break it.
Actually, I
Oh.
believe that all parties involved have to be patient for it. Number one, just know it is inevitable as a woman.
The patience,
See
ba,
now.
you can train yourself to have it, but it's very difficult to come.
Of course, I know.
So
That's why you preach
don't
for love.
don't
This
be
is not
don't be
easy.
all over the
It is
place
not easy.
and then push it inside her head.
Okay.
It's not by
Do
force.
you remember the story of
Accepting
Prophet
accepting
Ibrahim?
is different.
Prophet
Accepting is
Ibrahim?
different.
When the
Hajar
wife,
and Sarah.
exactly. When Sarah said,
Oh, boy.
you know, there's this girl.
Take my
Exactly.
image.
And then they got married. And then what happened?
Me, I cannot
It happened
suggest
to the
it.
extent
to-
that Prophet Ibrahim had to take Hajar and
and
the
her
son
son.
to the desert.
Me,
You
I
can
cannot.
just imagine.
I cannot suggest
are
it.
great
I
people
can
that Allah
accept
subhanahu
it.
wa ta'ala have
I can
beloved to
accept her,
That's
and I
to tell
can
you,
be.
polygamy is not exactly.
I can
easy.
be.
Do you
as
know
you
how
think it
many cases the Prophet ﷺ
And
had
true,
to
true.
settle between Aisha and
Hafsa.
Hafsa and the likes of them?
And
Do you
true,
know how
true.
many of it?
Those ones they are
Even the
married to
dead one,
prophet. though.
when Nana Khadija was there, even
Nah.
Aisha was still jealous of her. Because all of these things, it is not easy. We
Jealousy.
know.
Jealousy.
All we are saying is that be ready. Be prepared in a way. It will still meet you
No,
as a shock. You still
the
feel you are
preparation,
proponent
the
of him
preparation.
putting
No
a
matter
big
how
one on the
prepared you
outside.
think you are, no matter how prepared you think you are, sometimes it just comes like, and it makes you just don't
It will be easy to
don't
take
go
it off your
out
mind
of
if it finally
don't go out
happens.
of your mind
It is not like
doing
you're not
things
hurt,
you are
it's
not supposed
you
to
feel
do.
hurt.
Will.
Because you feel all these fears. Does it not love me
Some
no
people-
more?
some
does
people-
does it not appreciate
Am I not
me again?
enough
Am I not
as a
beautiful?
woman?
Am I not enough as a woman? Is it that because I'm old or something? Like there are so many things. Will they forget me? You know, there are so many of those things that will keep popping. But do not let Shaitan in. Otherwise, all of those things, they'll keep expanding in your heart, and then they'll cause hatred, they'll cause jealousy, they'll
How do
cause
we
ultimately a
how
break
do
of the
we
marriage.
how do we now prevent that from happening? Like allowing
That is what
ourselves
we have been saying
not to
since.
think about it,
Eh.
not to.
Number one, first accept. It is Allah's qadar.
The acceptance doesn't mean that when
Eh.
she comes, she will not give you trouble. Eh?
I have told you about giving you trouble. Be sincere to Allah in your prayer and quest that. Oh,
It doesn't
Allah,
mean that.
when this thing will
It
happen,
doesn't mean that we have already. Well, we have also said that it doesn't mean that what you have prayed to Allah, He will give it to you immediately.
No, come on.
Yes,
That is
no.
where patience through trial comes in.
Patience, yes, we have everything. Everything is intertwined. Everything that we have
Yeah.
been discussing
It's
is
intertwined,
intertwined.
we know.
But yes,
No,
so
no,
now, it doesn't mean you have to accept it and not be normal.
Mama, prepare your mind.
I'm
Accept.
prepared.
Prepare your mind.
I'm
Prepare your
prepared,
mind.
but that doesn't mean I will
Because it's
take.
a trial.
But that doesn't mean I will take anybody coming
Any
to
Mr.
walk all
Foreman.
over my head.
You're not supposed to make her walk
And
over
on
your
this
head.
What if she does?
And on this note,
Communicate.
That is
we're
why
bringing
we will leave.
today's episode of Tea at Sahur to a close. Assalamu alaikum wa
We will not be living together.
Learn to stay together, cohabit. That's one of the benefits.
Wallahi,
You
Mariam.
get a sister, you get a
We
friend,
will
you
not
go in and
cohabit.
leave your kids free
I
and
don't
peacefully.
want.
Nah, nah.
You're welcome back. Jazakallah khairan, Najia Balqees and Sister Mariams. Alhamdulillah, I mean, okay, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Polygamy? Polygyny? Men, what do you have to say? Women, what do you have to say? Okay, share your thoughts with me on the social media handles right now on your screen. Let's have your comments. Let's get your comments on what you feel about polygamy, polygyny, whatever you call it. Let's share your opinions with you, mashallah. You can see what the sister said, so let's have your view. Do you think it's something you can do with the fear of Allah? Well, the choice is yours. But we'd like to have your views on this particular issue, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, baby, don't forget the segment where we have the 60 seconds of Ramadan. We are still expecting your videos, inshallah. Let's watch your video. Let's see what you're doing in this month of Ramadan. Just 1 minute of your video, inshallah. Either you are reading the Quran, you are taking a walk, or you are eating your sahur, you are sleeping. Just 60 seconds of your Ramadan. Any beautiful thing you are doing, share it with us on our social media handles, and we will bring you on board onto our show fully, inshallah. And at the end of Ramadan, we're going to pick the best videos, and those videos will go home with lovely, lovely prizes. May Allah make it easy for you and I. And on that note, we say Jazakumullah khairan for being part of our morning. Do not forget that today is day 9 of the month of Ramadan. Do the needful by praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and doing any act of good within your reach. My name is Jibril. Follow me. See you same time, same station, tomorrow, 4 a.m. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.